Alright, it is time to go through another beautiful manhwa that is actually very keen to solo leveling. At this stage, in terms of brutality and everything, I'm gonna have to give it a much distant cousin relative kind of a feeling to it. But I tell you what, this is also a suggestion by one of the commenters from the last video. So I thought, alright, you know what? Let's get into this one, yeah? And so, this manhwa is called Boundless Necromancer. And when we come down to thinking about Necromancer kind of manhwas, every one of them is like overpowered, lots of army and yada 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 yada, all the special traits and everything that you get absorbed. But the biggest thing that's unique to this concept is that Boundless Necromancer starts off with a challenger Han Soo-young. Basically, what has happened in the beginning is that, obviously world catastrophe, invasion, and everyone starts awakening through all the losses of family members and friends. But the biggest one is that Han Soo-young, he lost everything in that one instant, and he said and vowed, I'm gonna train to become a hunter, I'm gonna awaken myself, and I'm gonna go in and and get my revenge. However, 7 years later, after continuously training and failing, he still doesn't obtain anything. He gets kicked out brutally, like bashed up by the scumbag instructor, and then on top of that, he still hasn't given up. He's like, basically begging. He's like, I need a chance. I need to be able to get through and get this money in, and that's where the hopelessness has come through, right? But then immediately right after that, the tower seized that moment and transported him inside into the tower that they called the dungeon. Well, basically is tower, but you know what I mean. When it comes down to this one, they go, all right, in the beginning we have recognized your iron will, so what would you like to select as a difficulty? So you go from novice, normal, so like easy, normal, and then hell difficulty. And he goes, I need to seize this opportunity. Having worked every day of my life in the past 7 years, I vow to become the strongest, and I want to get my unique trait. So he got his first one, and he straight away went go into the hard mode. And I will say that hard mode opportunity is absolutely amazing. It's a great job, and we all know how this story usually goes. When you choose hard mode, your first tutorial or first mission is pretty much guaranteed to be a failure. But in this one, the system rewards you with a ordinary sword, and in a desert, the field of desert, pretty much we're thinking about thirst, we're thinking about the over amount of heat and all of those kind of things. But no, the first part of this tower difficulty of tutorial is that he has to go one-on-one against this massive sand golem in order to win and push himself over the limit. Now, if we talk about the art style, if you're already used to pick me up Infinite Gacha and you already saw that video of mine, you're gonna love this one. This is the same quality, if not an even better amount of conceptual art-wise. Like, it is pretty, the colors they use is good, and then on top of that, the storyline is very remarkable because the challenger Han Soo-young keeps on challenging himself, and he doesn't know to this day when we're updated. He's not sure about his own progress. He's not sure about what the tower has intended for him. Obviously, the world is still pretty much okay for now, but it has suffered significant losses. However, it's interesting that the storyline and Han Soo-young, how he perceives himself, is that he doesn't know anything still, right? After all this time, after how he powers himself up, goes through the story, and he's still not sure about where he's going just yet. There's still question marks, and he still judges everything as what he can perceive and what it's supposed to be, when fields and powers of outside is starting to take notice of him, and they all want to start taking control and gain his favorability. The biggest thing that makes Boundless Necromancer a worthy pickup is that Boundless Necromancer probably has one of the most realistic on-take when someone is lost on their way and they are just beginning their journey for attaining what they need, right? So you want your special trait, you want your strength, you want to level up all your stats, you want to get all your unique powers, and of course, being a Boundless Necromancer, as the title suggests, you want to see him absorb and level up powers, right? You want to see him use everything there is and how he uses it to conquer trials and go through the dungeons. And the tower of difficulty is it's only one aspect. We're still very much in the beginning of this manhwa, and I gotta say, the author Archmage, I think I got him right, Archmage. If I do get him wrong, let me know. But yeah, he has done a very good job at telling how this story is going to be, and the start is perfect. I don't want it to be any more different because you're faced with constant danger. It is brutal. It's actually really fun to read. I found that after reading all the stuff that I want to read, I want to keep the goods for last before I sleep or something, you know. And Boundless Necromancer is always gonna be one of those last ones that I'm like, delicious. But yes. And now when it comes down to a future adaptation, I sincerely hope that there will be one, but obviously during the current manhwa releases, we haven't even gotten to that stage where we can go through 1 season or 2 season without being milked, but I really want that to happen. And I will say right now, if we give it a rating out of 10, not even out of 5, just out of 10, I will give it a solid 8.9, if not 9.1, if I can get a little bit more visual going on when it comes down to more releases and stuff. But right now I'll give it an 8.9 because it's still in its early development. It is still very early in the story, and as we're just picking it up right now, you know, it's going strong. The pacing is very good and things make sense when they don't make sense, and when they don't make sense, you understand subconsciously, you're like, something is gonna happen and it is good. And especially right now, if you still haven't picked up Boundless Necromancer, it is time to make that change. So yeah, let me know exactly what you think about this one. Of course, let me know what I should be doing on the next one, because we are going to go forward and release a few more of this kind of videos. Actually, probably a few more hundred of this kind of videos. And let me know if you still haven't subscribed to this channel. Make sure to drop your homeboy a subscription, turn on that notification bell, put a like up there, you know, because it does help. And of course, if you do want to catch me up on stream, which is starting tomorrow. Yep, starting tomorrow. It is everything underneath this way. It's this way. Yep, and I'll catch you all then. This is Emperor CK signing off. And happy Father's Day to everyone. Peace.